Okay, in this video, I'm going to go ahead and show you how to write phrases and draw phrases or, words in the 1 point perspective drawing technique, but in the block style. And so we're going to go ahead and our technique tells us that we're either starting with one square or one rectangle. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to draw a square down here and then a rectangle up here, okay? So I'm going to flip my paper. Make sure you're using your T-squares, okay? And then I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of line it up to the edge. And I am going to make a 2-inch line this way. And because this is going to be my rectangle, this side is going to be slightly larger. And so this is going to be 3 inches. And then over here, this is the 3 inches. Oh, I'm sorry, the 2 inches. And then over here, we're just gonna go ahead. And there's the 3 inches. Okay, so 2 inch, 3 inches. Over here, I'm just gonna make a 2 inch by 2 inch cube. So over here, this is going to be 1, 2. And then this way, we're gonna go ahead. We're going to create a 2-inch line this way as well. And so just like when we're creating cubes and rectangular prisms, right? The shape that you start with kind of matters when we are trying to decide what letter we're going to create. Now, I'm not going to lie to you guys, my pencil is kind of smudging right now, so I'm going to switch out my pencil. I'm going to do that in just a moment, so please just give me 1 second. All right, so now I have just a regular pencil. Hopefully it won't smear as much, all right? And so you can go about creating your blocks in 2 ways. You can either freehand your blocks and then clean up your lines with the ruler, or you can actually use the ruler to create your block letters. So I'm gonna go ahead and do both. This one I'm going to measure, and this one I'm going to just kind of freestyle it, okay? So for this one, I'm gonna bring my ruler, and I think I'm going to create the word hey. I think that's what I'm going to write. And so right here, because I know that this is going to be 1, 2, 3 inches, each letter for H, E, and Y are going to be 1 inch long. Okay, so right here, I know that that's where the H is going to stop. Right here, that's where I know the E is going to stop. And then right here is where the Y is going to stop. Okay, so right here, 1 inch, 1 inch, and 1 inch. Then I'm going to go ahead and bring the camera a little bit closer. Okay. Now, as we are seeing here, and I do want to kind of like tilt that a bit, okay? I'm going to go ahead and I am going to make a mark at the 1/4 inch. So right here, this is the 1/4 inch. I'm also going to make a mark over here. And so then I'm going to bring my ruler upward. And now at the 1/4 inch here, the inch mark, the 1/4 inch. And since we're here, I'm also going to just go ahead and make the mark right here, the 3 inch, right? The 3 inch. So then I know that that's going to be the E, and then this is going to be the Y. All right, from here, I'm going to start with the letter H for hey. Go in just like that. Go in just like that. Just like that. And so right now, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to flip my paper. And I am going to make this portion here for the H. I think I'm going to make it about a 1/4 inch as well. So right here and right there. Let's build to right here. Oh, you know what? Let's do a 1/2 inch actually. That way it's a little bit thicker. So we'll do it right there. So we'll do a 1/2 inch instead. So these that are a little bit more on the inside, like that. And then we're just going to line up our ruler. That, and then just Sorry, line up our ruler here. Like that, I think that looks better. Okay, so this is a 1/4 inch. This right here is a 1/2 inch. Okay, so from here, we're gonna go ahead and we're going to measure the E. Okay, for the sake of time, I went ahead and I added the measurements off camera. And so if you want to catch up, this is just a 1/4 inch, this is a 1/4 inch, and then I believe this is a 1/2 inch. And so I went ahead and I made those same markings over here on this side. And the reason I did that was so that I can go ahead and start creating my letter E. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm just going to do that there. Make sure you are holding your rulers as straight as you possibly can be. Okay, and so there's that, and then I'm going to go in and I'm going to add these connecting lines here. And so now we have our E, and then over here I'm going to draw the Y. And the Y, I think I'm going to go ahead and give just about a 1/4 inch here too. So 1/4 inch, 1/4 inch. Right here, we're going to go ahead and we're going to do, I believe, another 1/4 inch. So about right there. So another 1/4 inch. So 1/4 inch, 1/4 inch. The reason we're going to do that is because we are creating now the letter Y. And I want to ensure that it is going to be done correctly. This could essentially be a ray, but it's not in the exact position that I want it to be, so I'm not going to create that as a ray. But I am going to bring this corner and bring it down this way, and then this corner and bring it down that way. And it looks a little bit weird. We're going to go ahead and we're going to clean it up. I think it's this line that's a little bit weird. Okay. I think it might be like that. Okay. And then we just go ahead and we clean these areas up. Okay, now that we have our letters, I'm going to go ahead and erase these lines off camera so that we can start connecting our rays. Okay, and so this is what it should end up looking like when we erase all those lines. And so I'm just going to zoom out so we can see the vanishing point. From here, after we have drawn our cube and we've applied our letters, now we're going to go ahead and add the rays because that is the next step. So right here, we're going to go ahead and remember the rays are always going to be connected to the corners of the letters. And so what you're going to notice is that instead of 4 rays, we might end up with a few more rays because these letters have different cuts in them, different grooves in them. And we do know that rays are supposed to be connected to the corners and go directly to the vanishing point. And so that's why right now we have to make sure that all of those corners are getting to the vanishing point. Then right here, this is also a corner, believe it or not. So there's that. And then we have these two down here. Okay. And if we're following the technique, then you know that after the 4 rays, now we're going to go ahead and add the vertical line. So right here we have this vertical line, right? So the one vertical line. Now we have our horizontal lines that we have to include. So boom, we'll do that, right? Essentially, this is the bottom of that cube, so all of these would need a horizontal line. Then from here we need another vertical, right? Then we would need another horizontal line, so about there, About maybe there. Another horizontal line, and then another vertical line. So there's the vertical line. And then, look at that. There is another right here that even I forgot. Now we need our another vertical line. So again, we might end up like creating more or less depending on the letters. And then over here, we're just going to follow the shape of the Y. So this line right here, we're just going to copy it over here. And then from here to here, there's that one. And so now we can see the bottom here as well. We can see the bottom here as well, there, here, right? And so we're just going to go ahead and add a little bit of shadow because it does have that volume. Okay, and so this is the first way, creating block letters by just measuring each of the letters.